on everybody, my name is Clemmy and welcome to another My Hero Academia episode review. Today we're reviewing episode 2, and I know it's late. I'm going to try to make them as early as possible, as close to the actual episode as possible, maybe even on the same day, but I can't make any promises. So getting right into the review, first up, what we saw at the beginning of the episode was All Might basically being scrawny. That's one way to put it. But basically, All Might isn't always as buff as he seemed to be in the first episode. He lost all his muscle due to an accident and his respiratory system basically failing from an earlier fight, which I thought was interesting. You know, he looked homeless, not gonna lie. And I don't know if he still has the same amount of power when he's in that state. I'm guessing he doesn't. But that was pretty interesting to see that, you know, even the greatest hero has his downsides and his flaws. And then basically the main plot of the whole episode happened when Katsuki was caught by the slime monster that All Might had caught earlier in the first episode. The bottle fell out of his pocket when he was flying with Izuki, and basically it got loose and it captured Katsuki just like it did Izuki, which is interesting because Katsuki was sort of stronger. He was a lot stronger than Izuku. Have I been saying Izuki? It's Izuku when he got caught. So it's cool to see. And I think in the last episode review I said that Katsuki did not have a quirk, which I was wrong about. Katsuki does have a quirk. I think it's the explosion quirk or something like that. But that was pretty cool to see his quirk, you know, go into effect and him basically fight off the slime monster. But halfway through that, Izuku and All Might show up and they're all watching it. Everybody is watching it. All the heroes. We saw the tree guy, don't know his name, and Mount Lady. They could not get to the slime monster in time. So basically Katsuki had to be fighting off this slime monster for a little bit. But then as Izuku and All Might are watching, they both are basically, you know, doubting themselves and doubting the power they have. But then Izuku, he just loses control and runs straight through the fire, straight through everything to try to save Katsuki, even though I guess they're supposed to be rivals. Which, this was freaking epic. I'm just gonna have to say that. It was awesome. Really awesome. You know, made me love this series even more, and it made me so excited to keep watching and so excited for next week's episode. But Izuku, basically, he runs through the fire, he tries to save Katsuki, but he never actually ends up getting to save Katsuki. Instead, he buys All Might and the other heroes some time, and All Might basically ends up turning into, you know, his stronger self, and he ends up saving Katsuki, which was great. You know, the teamwork there. You know, I sort of have a prediction here, okay, right? I sort of predict that All Might is going to make Izuku his sidekick. I don't know, it's just a prediction, it's just a guess. May or may not happen, probably won't happen, and, you know, maybe it will. Who knows? But I think that was really cool seeing the two of them work together to save Katsuki. And again, they did a great job with the action scene in this. You know, I thought it was great. And then later on at the end of the episode, we actually see All Might coming back to Izuku, and they end up talking. And basically, in the end, All Might says that Izuku can become a hero whether or not he has a quirk or not, which I'm not gonna say was emotional, but, you know, it was a good scene. I liked it. So that was great. But then at the very end, which got me hyped for the next episode, and I'm sure it got a bunch of other people hyped, was the last quote. And that was when Izuku said something along the lines of, I don't know if this is the exact quote word for word, but he basically said, "Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is the story about how I became the greatest hero." Which was just crazy because this was basically the build-up of a little bit in his past, I guess now you could say, because we did sort of hear him narrating a little bit in the beginning about all the events that were happening. There might be a time skip of him a little bit more in the future, and that's definitely going to be great. So excited for the third episode. So that's pretty much my review for episode 2 of My Hero Academia. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode review.